Hello, everyone. I'm in a weird spot again. This is happening once again. My name is Steven Dutzman, and I am the host of Coils of Destiny. That's the Engaged Family Gaming, family-friendly live play Dungeons and Dragons game. And I am here with four of my players and a cat butt. Let's do the introductions real quick. To my immediate left is the managing editor of board games for EngageFamilyGaming.com, the mistress of magnificence, otherwise known as Mom, Linda Roble. How are you?
I'm doing great. I dressed the part with my scales. I'm ready to go.
I know, exactly. Love it. Love it. Also, loving the new webcam.
Thank you.
Your new,
Thank you for the recommendation.
You're welcome. It's almost like it's the exact same one I use.
Might be.
I do like it. To her immediate left, one of my very good friends in the whole wide world is Dana, who, by the way, Linda is playing our rogue Penelope. To her left is Dana, who plays our ranger, Rory. Hi, Dana. How are you?
I'm good. How are you?
I'm doing great. It's D&D night.
Yeah.
Continuing to go counterclockwise is our warrior, Talia, played by Marie. Marie, how are you?
I'm great, thanks.
Welcome aboard. And your cat. And Percy.
Okay.
We're going to have Percy here for a good portion of the night, and that's fine. And to her left, and not to her left, to her right, continuing the counterclockwise movement, is a man who looks very similar to me, but it's not actually me. It is my brother Michael, who's playing Preston, our wizard, among other things. And also a possum. Where's the possum? There we go, named Truffles.
Yes!
We have a possum named Truffles. It is very important. Some housekeeping. Amanda, our cleric, will not be here. She is currently making a lightsaber at Star Wars Land in Florida. So I'll let it go this one time. So if you don't hear a lot from our cleric today, that's why. But they're on a road trip, so she's like having snacks. It be what it be. So, welcome aboard, everybody who is in the Twitch chat watching or in the YouTube chat for the video on demand. This is our 8th episode. So we've done this 7 times before. This is our 8th episode. We're getting into a groove here. I'm figuring out how to produce a show while also dungeon mastering, which, for those of you interested in trying that, it's really hard, but you can do it. You can do it. It just takes 7-ish, probably 20-ish episodes of practice. So if you're stumbling upon this late and you want to see the rest of the episodes, no big deal. They're all on a YouTube playlist over on the Engaged Family Gaming YouTube, which we will link later. So, everybody, let's begin the adventure. So, as you all remember, but to catch our viewers up, when last we adventured, you started a 2-week-long voyage from your hometown of Wavecrest to the capital of Theoland, which is a major port city called Blackwater. In order to get there, your trip was going to take 2 weeks, 2 days north-ish, to a farming city of Holden, and then 12 days across the continent to over a relatively well-traveled road. You made it one day, and on that one day you had an encounter with a large stone creature. You met 2 of your friends, the rocky gentleman, and one of them unfortunately died, if you'll recall that, but his spirit dissipated and was whisked away. So, you stopped at the night after you stopped for the night, had your rest, and now morning is breaking to begin your second day, which will take you all the way to Holden. So, as dawn's gentle breath chases away the night, you awaken. Those of you who slept, Talia's a show-off, nestled near a mist-shrouded, muddy pond. Morning's soft symphony of life is the soundtrack to your awakening. The warmth of the newborn sun is a balm to the night's chill. The remnants of your campfire mutter occasional embers, reminders of the night that you shared. Your gaze travels to the distant road on the way to Halden, the upcoming waypoint in your journey, promising respite and resupply. This small town is a beacon in the wilderness, yet the path there Is it peril? Is it surprise? Who knows? Today, you're not merely travelers, but bold explorers carving your tales into the world. Gear up, ignite your courage, and step into the dance of adventure, for the dawn isn't just another day's start, but it's the first page of your next thrilling chapter. Your eyes remain set on Halden, and fortune awaits those who dare. Let us begin. So, everybody's awake. You had a long rest, so you get your hit points, you get your spells. And now you may go.
Morning.
Don't talk to me
Morning.
before coffee.
Coffee's made. Here you go.
Thank you. I'm just gonna take it and just go sit in my spot on the wagon.
I mean, the wagon's right there. You can move yourself if you would like. So the campfire is definitely, I mean, it's safe to leave alone. It's been, nobody for the last couple of hours, nobody put any more wood on it, so it's pretty much gone. The smoke kind of just lazily winding its way into the sky, and you can't help but give a suspicious glance over the surface of the water, especially after the moments after the kind of tense moment during that midnight watch of silence, and it just looks like mist kind of dancing across the top of a really gross muddy pond. The added sunlight gives you a kind of gives you some extra perspective that this looked like a lake when you got there, but now it is a relatively small pond. So you're glad all of you are glad that none of you decided to go swimming.
Very.
Yeah.
Probably for multiple reasons, but that's fine.
Something there. I'm just saying.
I don't know. So
I'm just saying. I heard nothing. Saying.
you're welcome to investigate. There's a
Oh,
dice
hell
roll.
no.
So fair. I mean, listen, I'm not mad about it. Like I totally get it. That I would be suspicious too. So are you gonna do anything before you take off?
I mean, I don't think so.
Is the area around the
we've
fire
coffeed
pit?
our-
Is the area around there sandy? Around the fire pit?
I mean, yeah.
Is it like
it's not,
beachy sandy?
it's not like a really great beach, but
Well, I'm looking at materials because I'm thinking about getting like a couple handfuls and just put it in the fire pit just to quench the embers more. So it's
you
not
could
smoky.
definitely.
Yeah.
You could.
I
There's
just-
definitely dry. Yeah, like it's more coarse. But yeah,
That's fine.
There's definitely stuff you could toss on the fire to put it out.
Okay, just so I'm trying to minimize the smoke, make it not look as obvious that we just were there. Not that, just if anyone looks quick, don't want to make it super obvious that we just left.
Sure, you can do that.
I like
Yeah,
that plan.
You take a few handfuls of kind of gravelly, dirty
Rainy.
sand. Yeah, it's not great.
But it's still
yeah,
do that.
Just toss it onto the fire, and there's a few moments of heavier smoke as some of the liquid that's in that kind of in what you threw in there kind of steams off. But then, as you wanted, it kind of quenches what little is left.
Okay.
And you get the sense, Rory, you absolutely get the sense. You're the ranger here. You absolutely get the sense she got the job done. This fire is out.
Doing great, Pim.
Thank you.
I felt the high five was from a distance. At least I felt it. So, anybody else going to do anything before before you take off and head back to the road? You'll remember this campsite is a little ways off from the actual road. Not an appreciable different distance, but the main road is a little bit, probably, like 100 yards away. No?
I think we're ready to go.
All right, then let's do it. So should probably let's get everybody back on the wagon, shall we? Where is the wagon? All right, so getting everybody back on the wagon. Here we go. Vera is just kind of hanging out on the wagon.
Kept her up late.
Yep.
Sleepy.
She's just not chatting much. So, you get onto the road, and the getting from the campsite to the road is of no consequence. You move. It's a rougher, not as well traveled path, but clearly it is used by other travelers who use that campsite. It's probably not used every day like this road seems to be, but oh, you know what? I didn't change here.
Okay, there we go. I was like, did anything change? I don't see anything.
My bad. So you're on the road. And you're back traveling along the main thoroughfare. Getting back to it is bumpy, and the horses are not happy, but you get back onto the road without any real problem. And proceed towards Holden. Are you going to do anything wild and crazy other than just follow the road?
No, I figured we'd just follow the road.
Wild and crazy tends to find us, so let's not go looking for it.
Yeah.
What? I don't.
What?
That's that is a wild and crazy accusation. Okay, so the early morning hours pass without event. You walk along the road there, and you don't see or really hear anything noteworthy other than the sounds of kind of nature kind of waking up around you, right? By noon, it is a little warmer than you might have expected, but nothing is concerning about that. And excuse me. Excuse me. Bear with me a moment here. I would like everyone to make a perception check.
What was that we just were saying about trouble finding us?
I open my big old mouth and
We'll just call that your fault.
usually is.
All right, I'm mediocrely perceptive at a 10.
Preston coming in with that 21.
The paranoid one is the one that found it.
Yes, the paranoid wizard has his peepers open. Actually, let's just say it's not me. It's Truffles.
It was the possum all along.
So, as you proceed down the road, Truffles notices that you are being followed. Truffles notices and kind of moves over and kind of nudges at Preston, but then kind of nudges everybody, which is, having a relatively oversized possum just kind of like pushing up against everybody. It's less of a nudge and more of like an awkward, like just kind of smash,
His body
an
freaked out a little bit.
Truffles
weird
is not a
shape.
cat.
I appreciate the canon that even though Truffles could theoretically speak to me telepathically, he relies on nonverbal communication to get my attention. I support this.
Yeah, absolutely. Because nonverbal communication is your favorite, bro. But in this case, he just kind of gets a little, he kind of gets in everybody's face, and then you in your head, Michael.
Yes.
He communicates after he's confirmed to have gotten your attention. He points you mentally in the direction of a, you're kind of you're passing by, like, there's just some fields on either side, nothing particularly interesting. There's like big field stones. On one of those field stones, probably 15 feet away, is a like a hornet looking bug that is the size of corgi.
A watermelon.
Yeah, a watermelon. Yeah, a watermelon.
Yeah,
So it's not quite a corgi. It's like a watermelon.
Yeah. The ones we were warned about last time, when the two stoneheads were passing by.
Yes. So it's just kind of sitting on on a flagstone, kind of just watching.
Well, given our history of being harassed by suspiciously intelligent and directly controlled animals, I'd say that giant docile hornet Oba is gonna be a problem.
I mean, it could just be like a
Anybody allergic?
camera.
Covering my bases.
I mean, I think even if you're not allergic to a hornet that size, is going to be very problematic.
Yeah.
And so the bee, I actually put it on the map, so you guys should be able to see it. This is kind of the distance from the bee. So, okay, it is, Rory, this is, everyone notices that it is bigger than it should be by a lot. The people who noticed who rolled higher than a 17 on their perception? One guy.
Preston was the only one.
Okay,
Yeah.
Preston. You notice that not only is it too big, but its eyes are the wrong color.
Oh yeah, because it's the same color as the crabs of unusual size.
That is true. Now, I don't know that that's connected at all, but it's true. Dana, what did Rory roll?
She rolled an 8.
Oh, it's a big old beat.
She was focused on driving.
It's a big old beat. Yeah, you know what? I appreciate you not being a distracted driver. We support keeping your eyes on the road. No
Safety first.
No be observing and driving.
Yeah.
No brown nosing here.
I will say though that Preston in the back of his mind is going, I'm a smart enough potato to go, oh, there's no hornets in the sky, there's no trees anywhere, but there are ground hornets. And I stop the horses.
Are you saying that to me?
Yes.
Okay. I will slow us for a stop.
Sure. Stop.
Cause see that hornet over there? It's got the same eyes as the crabs that harassed us while we were raiding that tomb. Meaning the same person who's been bugging us the whole time is now going to harass us again. And if memory serves me right, because there are no trees, if I was a hornet, I would have a hive underground. And the last thing I want to do is roll a wagon over an underground hornet's nest. I hear that's a bad time.
That's fair.
Especially if hornets are giant, like that one. And I don't even care that I'm not hiding the fact that I'm gesticulating and keep on pointing at the hornet. Because I know that they are watching. It's not paranoia if you
It's
know
happening.
they're trying to punk you.
Well, puncture.
Mm.
Yeah. This
That's true.
yeah. Honorary dad from Talia.
So how do you proceed?
Rory,
Mhm.
do you have any experience exterminating hornets? Not necessarily hornets of unusual size, just in general.
No, can't say I do.
Smoke. Oh, I wouldn't know that.
Well,
Sure,
we
you
can
can
all
know
pretend.
Why not? You can know that. Who cares?
For reasons
all-
no one needs to know, I happen to know that if you're harvesting honey from a beehive, you use lots of smoke, and it kind of gets them all loopy. So smoke might
Secret family backstory. Beekeepers.
not this character, but yes.
Look, we can all collectively be Rory's sense of knowledge of nature, because we are only inhabiting these characters once every 2 weeks. But
I
our
have no idea
adventure,
what they talk about.
yeah, but our actual heroes are like this all the time. We can all be each other's brains
Yeah, that's fair.
when we need
Each
to.
other's brains.
Okay, so ladies, my general strategy is to try to engage them at range, try to find out where the hive is, and then burn it.
Do we have the ability to distract this one, whether it be like a minor illusion or like you said, like some kind of like smoke to make it loopy?
I mean, I can piss it off, but that's the
Right.
only
I don't think
thing.
we want to make
I
it
don't really want to
angry.
piss it off.
We're not doing Trixie. Like right now, right now my first intuition is this is not a stage performance. This is insect extermination.
I mean, if
And,
you want it dead, I can just go over there.
Yeah.
So
I-
I'm assuming I have to say that this dancing has to mean that there's a timer.
Let's.
But I have a question. Is it just sitting there watching us like the crabs did in the tomb, where it's just kind of like observing, where it looks like somebody's looking through them?
Can I have an insight check, Rory?
Sure. What the heck is my insight modifier?
That would be wisdom.
3. Yeah, I didn't know if I had any extra
It's
to it.
literally insight.
Nat 20, 23.
Oh yeah, she good.
This bee is so the crabs were weirdly inert, right? Like they were just kind of like watching. They were like observing, but like they weren't like looking at you. They were just kind of there and just kind of checking things out. They were kind of passive. This thing is watching you. It is clearly aware of what you are doing, and you get a sense that this thing is specifically perceiving what you are doing.
You want me to tally this shit up? 'Cause
I would actually, given our
I did it. I'm
propensity,
sorry.
I would rather engage them at range and have you and let the party come to you.
I have one clarifying question. Is it a hornet or a bee? Because both words have been
Hornet.
used.
It's not a bee.
The hornet.
Yeah, it's got a stinger.
Well, it's a matter of does it have barb stinger or is it a straight
Right.
stinger? Because hornets have no barbs, bees have barbs on their stinger.
Okay, I am too dumb to have it
Sorry.
matter.
Is it a can sting over and over, or is it sting once and die?
Oh, this is not going to
That's
die
what you
if
said.
it stings you.
That's
Okay,
a
it's a
hornet.
hornet. Okay. And hornets tend to be more
Aggressive.
angry and aggressive. Yes. Yes.
So,
Because that matters. Thank you for the
it
clarification.
absolutely does. Yes. No, you absolutely recognize this as not a silly little bumblebee This is the kind that if you mess with it, it will stab you many times. So
Okay.
this one is perceiving you, watching you. Yeah.
Rory,
knows
we
this.
can't. Rory, we can't get the drop on these guys, so let's get off the wagon so that we can protect it and just start shooting.
All right, should we get the bows out?
The bows out, and
Okay.
time for my
So
time for my
we're
classic magic
just
trick.
assuming that something that watches us is bad.
Yes, because the last thing that tried to watch us were some crabs of unusual size that tried to pinch us.
Well, they were in their own little world creating a ritual that caused a thing to try to pinch us. The other ones were just watching the room or the area. This one is watching us. So it's kind of in the middle.
Look, here's the deal. We can attempt basic diplomacy before we nuke the Hornet, before we burn the Hornet to the ground.
Well, no one answered me earlier. Do we have a way to like pacify it?
Yes, it's called arrows and flame bolts.
I meant
Okay.
like, can you polymorph
Easy,
it?
psycho.
Or okay, paranoid.
Sorry, I'm
Or can you,
I'm still a little shook up from the last
When
time.
did
that
the bee
undead
hurt you
exploded
when
on
you
my
were a
desk.
kid?
Show me on the doll where the bee touched you. Where do we have the ability to like hypnotize it or make it think we're not actually here by putting an image in front of it? Do we have the ability to make it fall asleep? Do we have the ability to do anything other than just like try to kill it, because that's just going to make it worse?
Let me see. I literally take out my spell book and I'm like, let's see.
That's fair.
Let's see. Blow it up differently. Figure out why we need to blow it up. Yeah,
Right, so while he's reading that,
I'm mostly divination and evocation, guys. I find the things that we need to blow up, and then I blow it up. Occasionally, I have some other fun tricks up my sleeve.
but I
But
can dash, right?
Well, you're not in. I mean, yes, you can, but you're not in initiative yet, so you can just move freely across the board. It is not reacting. Okay.
Yo, B, what up?
Okay.
well,
I'm gonna get down.
that's some diploma. That's some diploma B.
I'm gonna knock an arrow and wait to see if this thing gets aggressive, and if it does, then I'm shooting.
So before you get
If it
off,
does, it's getting aggressive with me.
before you get off the road, something happens.
Oh no!
Of course it does.
Yeah, we found the hive.
One of us did.
Which one stepped on the hornet's nest?
Okay, so B is I'm calling it a B, but it's not a B. It's just
Understood.
for sake of
we
ease,
got you.
it's a B. So as soon as Talia starts moving towards it and gets to the edge of the road, okay, the bee kind of moves and kind of looks in her direction and starts flapping its wings and just kind of takes off. I will give everyone who wants to be aggressive with it if you have a weapon ready or the ability to attack relatively quickly, I will give everyone the opportunity to attack once if you so choose. But you do not have to. It is flying away from you. So, like, in this kind of direction.
Yeah, I got a flame bolt.
Why? Violence.
Why not violence?
26 to hit.
Okay. I mean,
Oh my god.
okay, so you hit it.
You know what? Talia's gonna go back to the wagon. These two psychos want to just die. At the squishiest characters, we've got no healer. Good luck to you.
No,
I
we got a
carry
healer.
them.
I'm a battle master. You guys are idiots.
Technically, you do have a healer because I'm controlling Farah now, but still.
Just saying.
Um. So
Don't start nothing, won't be nothing.
15 points of damage.
5 points of damage.
let's see. Okay.
Never heard.
So you hit it. Both of you kind of hit it kind of at once, and it just kind of collapses to the ground.
How heavy would you say it was?
Heavy?
Mhm.
I don't know. You wouldn't really be able to know without trying to pick it up. You can't tell its weight
Okay.
from here. It is
Can
the
I
size
send-
of a watermelon.
Can I send my Raven mage hand out to try to grab it and bring it over?
I mean, you could try to pick up a car with your ravens. It's a question of whether it would work or not.
Well, I would like to try.
Okay, sure. So you send out your, cloud of ravens to go hang out and try and pick it up, and they are just barely able to do so. It's a stretch for them. Maybe it's a little bit more than 5 pounds, but it's probably not 6. And they get it. They give you a look the whole time they're bringing it back to you. Like, why are you making us do this? This is the worst.
Kim Ravens.
Give you
Same.
snacks later. It's fine.
They're like, we did not check out for this kind of workout this early in the morning. And it is, when it comes over to you, or when they bring it back to you, they just kind of drop it on the ground. And it looks like a mangled hornet looking thing with like an arrow sticking out of it and part of it's singed. Could I have anyone who is looking at it, please, with any level of detail, please give me a perception check. Actually, yes, I would like either a perception or investigation, whichever is better. You can pick. Unless you
16.
are actively not looking at it. If you want to be like, you bug's gross, I'll allow it.
16 perception.
Preston investigates with a 22.
Okay. Who all is better than a 20?
Nope. Sorry. Only a 6.
Purposely
As,
ignoring
as,
this.
as, as the wise sage once said, you cannot lose on 22.
Oh man.
I don't know about that.
I can't mute you from here. Actually, I kind of can. I think.
I mean, you can lose the 22 in blackjack. Just saying.
So, its eyes are a different color now than they were when it was on the rock. Like whatever the crap in the eye is, that I don't know how bees work.
Like we severed the tie.
I mean, it dead.
Mhm.
So
Well, yes.
perhaps that may have happened. Yeah. But for those also paying attention, you don't hear or see any other critters coming around. It's just one solitary dead bee / hornet / I don't know. I'm trying.
It's a murder. Hornet. It's
No, I would not make mutant murder hornets. That's rude.
I would hope not.
Well,
That's
the
rude.
one thing we did learn is that whatever control this individual has over animals, it only works when the animals are alive. So,
I mean, do we? And I kick it.
Do we wonder if any of you actually have a good alignment right now? Yes.
no. This is my magic teacher had this very wise saying: "People know, critters go."
I mean,
As long if this were a puppy, different story altogether. But this is a bee, an angry murder bee. Hornet.
The only one that was angry or murderous was you.
I mean, it was me too, but it's fine.
I am going to yield this conversation, and I'm going to go back in the wagon, and I'm going to read my book. I feel like I did the right thing, but I apologize if I didn't.
I just didn't want to back to whoever sent it here to let them know where we are.
Yeah, it's one less
Just
bee in our
saying that
body.
there was a lot of assumption happening, and we have no answers except a dead bee.
Fair. I mean, my initial intention was to knock it down and to try to get it.
Doesn't matter now. It's
But
dead.
it's dead. So you live and
So
learn.
forward.
Yep. On we go.
Okay, so after that pleasant conversation, you get in the back. Everybody gets back in the wagon, and you move forward. The you break. After a little bit, you break for lunch. Everybody has a pleasant meal. Again, outside of it being a little hotter than you might have expected, but not unseasonably and not a problem. You kind of move off of the road leaves the kind of rolling hills that you were used to, and you move into a kind of part of terrain as you get closer to Halden. That is where the road starts to kind of take some where it actually starts to take some wider turns. There are more trees. There are kind of like the path is actually, it feels like it's kind of winding around big piles of rock. So it's just a different, you're moving through, just rougher terrain in general. But it's clearly the same road. And you knew to expect this because Halden is kind of it's a farming village, but it is kind of famous for being nestled amongst some tall trees. Very some really ingenious planners and agriculturists that figured out how to grow lots of crops all around this kind of rocky tree-filled landscape. And so you find yourself kind of moving through this newfound rockier terrain. The road's a little rougher, but not, I mean, you've hit some bumps that have left those of you sitting down a little bit uncomfortable on the backside, but nothing really bad. So, as you continue your journey along the rugged coastal road away from Wavecrest and into the woods, the salt air has clearly turned fresher, and you are surrounded by the serene symphony of nature. Suddenly, you notice, and all of you notice, the animals around you are behaving strangely. So you hear some wildlife, perhaps dog-like creatures, kind of moving in the bushes off to the side, and you see a group of unnaturally large bees drifting amongst the treetops above you. Excuse me. At the same time that you notice those bees, you also see that a pack of wolves emerges from the underbrush, their eyes fixed on you with an uncharacteristic intelligence and intensity. You realize too late that you have walked into an ambush? Question mark. And so let me.
I'm glad that there are no wild boars in this combat. Otherwise, it would be a ambush.
I'm so mad.
Are we considered in the forest right now, or?
You are, in fact. Bear with me a moment while I put you. Well, I actually. Oh crap. Well, I actually make this look reasonably okay for the people who are watching. So bear with me here. I appreciate your patience while I get this done.
Have we been traveling in this for more than an hour?
Oh yeah.
Okay.
Oh yeah. If that makes it easier to track your skills and stuff, sure.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I'm down with that. Everybody, bear with me for a moment while I figure out how to. I can't figure out how to change the layering. Uh-oh. Oh, here we go. Y'all didn't see that. You're not seeing that. That's a mistake. That's actually literally a mistake, but it is something that you can do with the Roll20 Premium. You can actually there's like animated spell effects.
That's cool.
I mean, look, if our opponents are venom breathing bees, okay.
No,
We
they're
asked
not.
for it.
Oh man, there's so many of these cool things. Check this out. Wait, I'm gonna show everybody. This is not actually happening, but check this out.
Oh, that looks cool.
It happens specifically to Michael. No, I'm just kidding. Okay, so I would like everyone. So everyone can see what's happening. There are 3 wolves, a bunch of bees, and 3 beetles. And a
Are they
partridge.
bees or hornets? You keep.
They're the
is
same
it
kind. They're the same ones as before. I'm just going to use the term
Cool.
bee because it makes me happy.
That's fine. You be happy.
Don't worry. Be happy. Everybody roll initiative.
Acting on an 11. Oh, I have to roll truffles as well. All right, truffles is X. Truffles acts on a 9.
Who thinks they won?
It was
It's
probably
Rory.
me.
Yeah.
Okay, so Rory, who's next? Then it's kind of everybody all at once.
I think Mike would be next. Looks like he's in 11, unless I'm missing
Yep.
something. All right. And then Truffles and I were at the same. We're both at a 9.
Yeah, so you beat the
Familiar. Okay. And Talia, you're bringing up the rear again. Sorry.
And okay. As you notice the kind of monsters, so you notice the wolves and the beetles kind of like moving out from the outside. I would like a perception check from everyone.
I've not been very perceptive. Sorry.
Looks like the perceptive one this time is Talia. Talia, you see the critters, and outside of like the normal noise of like the woods, you hear a voice, like a high-pitched voice, saying imperceptible words, but they are clearly words. You just can't put your finger on what they are saying. Kind of like echoing across where you are. Like you can't pinpoint where they're coming from. Maybe they're not coming from anywhere in particular, but you can definitely hear a voice saying something. And it's a high-pitched voice.
Okay.
First up is Rory, followed by Mike and Linda.
Do they just look like they're watching us, or are they approaching?
Oh, yes. It is very obvious to all of you that they are approaching you and facing you, and they very much appear aggressive. This is different than the ones
Cool.
before, than the ones the crab. This is like when the crabs were attacking you before. This is
Okay.
this
Then
is a threat.
I am going to, since I'm ranged, and I'm going to hit the things in the sky. So I'm going to go for the bigger bee that's
Sure.
furthest away.
Yes, there is one bee that appears to be bigger than the other ones. I
25.
figured, for sake of mentioning.
25 to hit.
Yes, that's good enough.
And 14 points of damage.
Sure. It takes you put an arrow into it, and it is still flying with an arrow sticking out of it, but it is not it's still flying. Kind of takes the hit, kind of moves in the air a little bit, but manages to keep going where it's going.
Okay. And then I'm gonna hop down off of the bench where I'm like driving, just so that I can get like semi-partial cover from anything coming from that direction.
Sure, you can do that. You should probably move yourself on the map to tell me where you're going to be.
I mean, I'm literally just going like, can you ungroup us?
Oh yeah, I guess that's fair.
I need ungroup, and I also need control of truffles.
All right, let me ungroup you. Did I not give you control of truffles?
Yeah, but honestly, I'm literally just hopping down.
Sure. Okay.
Right underneath where I was.
Mike, you should be able to control truffles now that I have ungrouped you guys. That was the thing that was.
Yep. I got it now.
Okay. Okay. So next is Mike, and then Linda and Truffles are on deck.
All right. So my bonus action is to cast Dragon's Breath, range touch. I will touch Truffles, and I will choose Acid.
Okay.
So Truffles now has an acid breath weapon. My next action will be to stay on the wagon and shoot a flame bolt at the lone doggo in the southward pointing direction.
Sure. This one.
That one.
Yep. Clear. Definitely within range. You can definitely do that.
But I think I went wide on that shot.
Yes, you shoot the dog. The wolf is able to duck out of the way, and it bares its teeth at you. How dare! It says in Wolf and Millennial. Next is Linda.
All right, I am going to use my bow and try to shoot at the larger hornet that was already struck. Let's see, 13 to hit.
That is not going to be good enough. You shoot,
okay,
and it still reeling from the first shot, but it's able to kind of move out of the way of the arrow. Awkwardly, but in this case, awkwardly is good enough. It's the story of my life. Awkwardly is good enough is definitely the name of my autobiography.
All right, and then I'm going to just move to the front of the wagon, looking for a little bit of cover. Not like actually hiding, but just cover.
Sure, absolutely. To give you guys an idea, off of the path would be difficult terrain, but it is full of brush and rocks and stuff. So if you did decide to kind of hoof it into the in there, you would pretty much be able to hide in any space if you were to decide to get off the path. So next is Truffles.
Truffles rears its hackles and breathes a 15-foot cone in this direction.
Yeah, that'll be good enough to hit all three beetles.
The beetles must make a reflex save versus, let me look at my DC. My spell save DC is 14.
Well, they did not. Aggressively did not. I have not seen 3 worse dice rolls, maybe ever. That's actually all right. So they are not. They try to move, but they're just beetles.
They all take 14 points of acid damage.
Okay, all three of them appear to be kind of similar to the beetles from last time. They have, kind of shimmering metal, shimmering metallic shells, and all three of them, the acid kind of sprays out across them, and it appears to be very effective as it corrodes their metal shells, and you can kind of see the smoke kind of rising up the back of each of the three of them, and it smells nasty. I don't know what it smells like because I have no idea what anything smells like, but just imagine something real gross. Just roll with it. Feel free to imagine whatever you want.
And then Truffles is going to move 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. And he ends there.
Cool. So he's hanging out with the horses. The horses are surprisingly chill. It's like they've been through this before. Next up, Talia, followed by me as running Odivera, and then those are the people that are on. Those are the people on deck. We're almost at the top of the order. Talia, what you doing?
I'm gonna scream as loud as humanly possible and see if it has any effect on how the animals look.
Sure, you can do that. So are you going to yell anything specific, or are you just like forcefully like shrieking?
Trying to make just a lot of noise.
Cool. So there's no skill or die roll for that. You're really loud.
Naturally, yes.
I mean, yes. You do not perceive any real change in their behavior. And you do still hear that voice kind of droning in the background. It doesn't seem like that disrupted it, if that's what your goal was.
Was.
Okay, it did not do the thing. With that said, that is neither an action nor a move, so you can still do other crap if you wanted to.
No, I'm good.
Okay, so next is Odivera, who is going to cast Shield of Faith on herself. And next is the monsters. So the wolves up here. They close in, and both of them take a bite at Rory. Rory, what is your armor class?
My armor class is 15.
Okay, so the first wolf takes a... Well, let's make sure. The first wolf takes a bite, and it is ineffective. You're able to kind of slap it away as it goes. The second wolf takes another bite at you, and is also similarly ineffective as you kind of whack it away with your longbow. And they just kind of both come in, give a quick bite, you whack them away, and then they kind of stare back and kind of growl at you. The beetles.
I'm a growl back.
Sure, you can do that. The beetles come here, and they move up. These two beetles actually take a bite at one of the... they both take a bite at one of the wheels on the wagon. And you don't notice any specific damage, but one of them gets a pretty solid bite on, kind of the outside edge and is kind of holding on. This wolf comes up and kind of puts its front paws on the back of the wagon, and looks like it tries to jump, but just doesn't get enough purchase to be able to get into the wagon. But it's definitely like kind of leans its face over and like takes a bite. Anybody that's kind of near the back kind of has to like, do that half step thing to get away from it. It doesn't make a successful attack on anyone, but it's like right next to it. The bees, they kind of all move. The littler ones all kind of move as one. And they are kind of moving this way. And the big one moves separate. And it moves over here. Next is Rory.
All right. Gonna shoot the bee again. 21.
Okay. Yeah, 21's good enough to hit it.
11 points of damage.
Okay. You hit it. It's bloodied, even though bees don't have blood. Go with it anyway. You hit it. It is in rough shape, but it is still flying. Now it's got 2 arrows sticking out of it.
Okay.
Anything else?
No, I'm not moving because I don't want them to take a bite at me again.
Sure. Next is Mike, Linda, and then Truffles are on deck.
Yep. I am gonna pull out one of my magic tricks. Because I've already used my dragon's breath. I reach into my pocket and I pull out a deck of cards. And I mutter to myself, hey guys, how about a game of 52 card pickup as I cast Spray of Cards, which conveniently is also a 15-foot cone. So I think I'm gonna wig. I think I'm gonna.
Mike, what spell is that?
Hold on.
I'm sure it sounds like you're recoloring an actual spell.
I put it in the WoW chat.
Oh, it is in fact an actual spell where you throw cards.
Called Spray of Cards. Yeah.
Okay, so which one are you doing? The blinding or the cutting?
I'm gonna cut some people.
Okay, so they have to make dexterity saving throws.
Yep.
It's actually a really good spell.
Yeah. I can choose to either blind people with a bunch of cards in a non-lethal sense.
Okay.
Or I can do it. And so my intention is to try to.
I mean, are you going to try and hit the wolf and the? It doesn't look like you can hit. Let's see here.
So I think if I was going to do a cone fair, I'm just going to get the beetles.
Yeah, you get the beetles.
Okay. So they all now have to take a dex save, DC 14.
Okay. So all 3 of them succeed.
So they're going to take half damage from this.
Okay. Sure.
But I'm going to roll the 2d10, and then we're going to do half. So rounded down, they're all going to take 3 points of force damage.
Sure. So the spectral cards kind of throw out. They hit them all, and they all take damage. Even though they're like metal bugs, cards still affect them.
They all got out of the way.
Yeah. So, and they are all 3 of them are now looking worse for wear. Their shells are a little crumpled. They're not in great shape. Next is Linda. Unless you're going to move, Mike.
I am going to not move.
Okay.
Let's stay where I am.
Next is Linda.
All right, I'm going to try and shoot at the large hornet again. Let's see if there's more success. 19 to hit.
Yep, that is good enough.
All right, excellent. And 6 points of damage, please.
Okay, so it takes it. Now it's got 3 arrows kind of sticking out of it. Next is, are you going to move?
I am actually going to try to come over. Where am I? You said over in the brush
Either
to try to
side,
hide.
Yeah, sure.
Yep, I'm going to go across. Yep, so I'm assuming you need me to roll for my hide.
I do, in fact.
Yep. So it's stealth. Okay. Sorry. Haven't done that a lot lately. And 11 to hide.
Sure.
Okay, thank you.
You're hidden on an 11. I totally get it. Okay, next is Truffles, then Talia, and then then me.
All right, Truffles gets his hackles up. He's gonna take a move action. He's gonna shimmy to here. Would it be reasonable to say that his breath weapon can hit the beetles?
Yep, I think so. Yeah, I think that if he aims it in that direction, he probably could.
All
That's
right,
fair.
so it is It is again a dexterity saving throw of DC 14.
Okay. Oh my goodness. Really bad dice roll. So all three of them are affected by the acid.
Okay, and they're going to take full damage of 3d8. So 3d8. That is 14 acid damage to all of them.
So all three of the beetles, the acid skitters along the top of their shells, and in some cases actually kind of gets inside. And all three of them kind of fall over. Or just kind of like, one of them kind of rolls over on its back. The other ones just kind of settle down into the ground. Can I get a perception check from anyone who is looking at them?
Okay.
My perception check will be 14 for this.
Talia, the
Let's
observant
see.
one.
Hold on. 18 for
Okay.
perception.
So, Linda and Talia, both of you guys notice that as the beetles fall down, their eyes, like, whatever the eyes were on their face, they change color from what was like a red to just kind of nothing.
Okay.
And that's Truffles. Talia, you are up.
All right. I guess use menacing attack on this wolf here.
Sure.
All right, so awesome.
So you swing at the wolf, and it kind of ducks out of the way, and kind of gives you like this red-eyed, like kind of like growl again, like a how dare.
Okay.
Anything else?
Nope.
Okay. So let's see here. Next is Vera, who is just kind of gonna move up into the wagon, and kind of get behind Preston, and she, let's see here. So she casts. She doesn't do anything actually. She just moves into the wagon, and is gonna hang out. Next is the critters. So the three beetles are obviously dead. I'm leaving them there for now. The big beetle flies here. And Pin, what is your armor class?
15.
Okay. Unfortunately, you did not hide as well as you might have expected, and it flies at you, stinger first, and hits you. You take 9 points of damage as the stinger pokes right through the one of the weak points in the chest of your armor. I would like you to make a Constitution save, please.
Okay. $16.
You are unsuccessful in your Constitution saving throw as
Okay.
you are as you feel yourself just kind of like the shock of this extra, just burst of pain, and you are knocked prone as you are stunned by just this sudden burst of really excruciating pain. And this wolf jumps up on a... I'm going to bring you forward. This wolf jumps up onto the wagon. And Mike, what is Preston's armor class?
I am going to fast forward, and I believe I'm going to be putting up a shield as a reaction.
Okay, that's fine.
Invisible barrier until. Which you take when you. So apparently, order of operations is, you roll first against my armor class.
And then, you get to decide whether you want to cast a shield. So it leaps up and does this really, like, y'all ever seen like a really dopey dog try to do something it probably shouldn't have, and it just like falls? That's what this wolf is clearly not the experienced hunter. Jumps into the wagon, gets its front and back legs caught, like lands on its face, and just kind of like gums at your foot. And so it does get part of you into its mouth, but it is ineffective.
All right. In that case, I do not need to expend a reaction.
You do not
put up a shield.
It's kind of an embarrassing dog move. I feel kind of bad for it. Next up are the group of bees who are all flying towards Pin. And Pin.
Fantastic. Yes.
The two that are closest to you, both hit you.
Ow.
And you take the first one, you take 4 points of damage. And the second one, you take 3 points of damage.
Okay.
And I would like you to make... Yes, Michael?
After you do this, I just want to ask how high in the air the bees are.
The bees are... now they are stinging a prone gnome or a prone halfling high. Are you a halfling or a gnome? I can't remember.
Gnome.
Oh, you're a gnome. So they're stinging a prone gnome high. They're basically right on the ground.
Really low.
so they are not in the air. I do not have to perform trigonometry.
We don't have to do advanced mathematics. These guys are on the ground.
Okay, cool. Thank you. That was my question.
And then I'm gonna ungroup them. And they kind of scatter a little bit. Linda, I would like you to make another Constitution save.
Okay. 6.
Okay. And then... and you take another 4 points of damage as the sting's poison kind of finds its way through you. Next up is Rory.
All right. I'm gonna spin around and shoot the big bee again.
Sure.
24.
That is good enough to hit.
9 points.
You hit it. It is now peppered with arrows, and is finding it difficult to fly. You gonna do anything else?
Yeah, I'm gonna risk moving a little bit. I'm gonna go between the horses.
Okay. The first wolf takes a bite at you as you leave as you leave the area that it threatens, and it is unsuccessful. But you do feel the sharp bite behind you as you move past it. Next is Mike, and then Linda, and then Truffles.
All right. I am going to get my handy chromatic orb ready as I take a move action and disengage from the doggo. I'll disengage from the doggo, and I am going to shoot it with my chromatic orb, which is an attack roll on my part. So attack roll. Does a 14 hit it?
Which one are you attacking?
Hold on. Let me get out the pointer. This doggo.
Oh, that doggo? Yes. 14 is good enough to hit the dogs.
All right. Chromatic orb is. It is. I will be continuing the trend of choosing acid.
Sure.
Because we're in the middle of a forest, and only you can prevent forest fires when you're an evoker. 12 points of acid damage.
Okay. And it takes it, and you hear, the wolf like kind of cry out in pain. And it takes the damage. Next, do you have anything else to do?
No, those are my actions. Those are Preston's actions.
Okay. Next is Linda. Linda, I would like you to make a Constitution check to see if you wake up being stunned.
12.
You do not.
Okay.
Next, Truffles.
An angry possum to the rescue. At least he's trying. I am going to position myself to spray down some bugs. So,
how many dragon's breaths does he get to shoot?
Until you break my concentration.
Oh, all right. That's right. It's a concentration spell.
Dragon's breath is a concentration spell. So if the doggo had hit me, I would have had to make a con save, a con check, and then if I failed it, I would have lost it. But right now, until someone punches me, Truffles breathes acid.
Okay.
So what I'm gonna do is I'm just gonna target these two.
Okay.
He's right here. And it's a DC 14 dex.
Okay. Okay. They succeed.
They're gonna take half day. Well, hold on. Let me just triple check because of the nature of Dragon's Breath, it might not be half as much on a successful one. So yeah,
Okay.
It is as usual. Let me.
Okay.
So 5.
Sure. Acid sprays out at him. You smell some nasty acid on bug stuff. And next is Talia.
I'm gonna grab Ping and get her the hell out of there.
Sure.
I don't know which. She's the little blue one, right? So I'm probably gonna invoke some tax of opportunity here, but
I'm way at the bottom.
It's Rory. It's not Rory. Olive.
where?
There.
Oh, you're over there.
I'm way down at the bottom. I'm far away.
This
The
is
tool.
actually smaller if we zoom in, this is actually not as big of a battleground as you think it is, so you may actually still be able to get there.
Well, I mean, a 5 foot square is a 5 foot square.
Well, it's not a million 5 foot squares, is all I'm saying. So, just you'd have to go around. You could.
So 1, 2, 3, 6, 7. So that's 7 attacks of opportunity.
No, because these guys are dead. We're 7. You would get.
I figured the dog that I just walked past, the beetle. Okay, those have little dead marks on
The
them.
beetles are dead.
All
The beetles have been dead. You get several attacks, but that's okay. So the dog that is up on the wagon. So, because my guess is that you went around, right? So as she runs past, This dog is up on the wagon and is kind of like face first, facing Preston. So I'm actually not gonna allow him to take an attack of opportunity. That would be weird. Because this is like the Scooby Doo of attack dogs. You know what I mean? Like this is not help. He's not super helping. So you're gonna leave from one dog, and you'll be able to get there. And really, you're actually only gonna get one attack of opportunity because the bug, maybe two from this extra bee. So two, right? From this dog. Can I highlight him? I think I can highlight him. Let's see. So this guy, oh crap. So the one that is this one and this bee would be the only ones that would actually get to swing at you. So I will do that now. What's your armor class? It's like 18 or something, right?
18, yep.
Yeah. So the first dog, you definitely hear a loud chomp right as you leave it, and it just like hits your armor, but not enough to do anything. And as you go past the bee, it kind of like dive bombs on you, and it does hit you. And you take 4 points of damage. Can you please make a Constitution save?
Yes.
Well, thank you. I appreciate that very much.
There you go.
Okay, so it stings you, and you very clearly feel the bee sting, and you feel like it stung you for real, but you were able to, through sheer force of will, just ignore the extra pain of the bee's poison, as you're trying to save your friend and take no additional damage. So at the end, you took 4 points of damage for that. So your movement ends. I think that would require like you basically get to her. You could pick her up at the end of your act, but I don't think you'd be able to have any additional movement to move her away. But you could get her up off the ground.
The only action I actually made was walking across this field. So the 2 attacks of opportunity took my actions away.
Well, let's take a look and see how far you moved, because I thought it was, let's see here. So 5, 10, 25.
Oh, then I'm not anywhere near her anyway.
Unless you said you wanted to get to her, so that would be both. That would be your action, and then an attack action, so that would be the dash action.
All right, that. Yeah, no, I'm good. I can't do anything if I'm gonna get to her, so there's no point doing it.
Hold on. Marie, can I be your brain?
No, I'm good. Thank you.
Okay.
I'm not in a place for this. I'm good.
Okay, so then you don't take the damage. And so next is Odavira, who is going to cast a healing spell on Penelope. What just happened? And you take 2 points of healing.
2 points, okay.
Actually, wait,
Got it.
no, 5 points of healing. I'm sorry, I forgot the life cleric stuff.
Even
Okay.
better. Thank you.
Okay, and next is the monsters. So Big B will attack Pin. And it hits her. Pin, you take 14 points of damage.
Okay.
And can you make a Constitution save, please?
$15.
Okay. And you take another 6 points of damage.
Okay. That may trigger something.
I don't know what that means.
Okay. Do you want me to text you? Because I'm not sure how this works.
Are you dead or are you
Yep.
unconscious? Well, the question is, are you unconscious? Like, what's your hit point
So
total
that would
right now?
so before that last damage you just said, I was at 1 body point. So those would put me below 0.
Okay, so you don't die from that. So now we get to learn what death does.
Cool.
So what happens is now you can't go into negative. So you basically sit
I'm at 0.
at 0.
Okay. Cool.
And on subsequent turns, you're going to make a Constitution save.
Okay.
And those are what we call death saves. So you are at 0.
Mm-hmm.
Unconscious. Okay. So the let's see here. So the rest of the critters. This bee comes after Aurora. And what's your armor class?
15.
Okay. You are hit. And you take 4 points of damage. Can you make a Constitution save, please?
Yes, I can. Uh-oh. 7.
Okay. And let's see here. And you take an additional 3 points of poison damage.
Okay.
And these bees all come after Truffles. And this one kind of comes off here. What is Truffles' armor class, Mike? You're muted.
His armor class is 10, and he's about to take a very big hit for the team.
Yes, as all 3 bees hit him. Well, the first one does. I shouldn't assume just because it's a 10. So 2 of the bees hit him. He deftly dodges out of the way of the third. And he takes.
If he takes any amount of damage as a familiar, he just fades away.
Okay, so they just all bum rush him, and he is stabbed by bees and disappears.
He dissipates. Yep, because he is my familiar is fey in nature, and so when Possum passes, he simply fades away.
Okay,
and I have to summon him again.
Okay, so he is faded away.
Yes.
The bees kind of like crash into him. He fades. And let's see here. Derpy Wolf comes over and tries to attack Preston. What's your armor class?
My armor class is 11.
Okay. He does hit you.
Oh wait. So we did a long rest again. Crap. I had saved my diviner ability. I had rolled like 2 6s.
If you want to stop right now, if you want to just stop right now and roll them to see if you want to do that, you go ahead.
Yeah, hold on. I'm gonna roll 2d20. I'm gonna roll them openly. Those are my. So what I'm gonna do. So that doggo just rolled a 2.
Okay, so it looked like it was gonna get you, and in a weird twist of fate, it trips, and once again, it's just the Scooby Doo of attack dogs.
I guess I'm just lucky. I guess.
And
It's fate.
This wolf attacks Talia and swings, and she deftly blocks it as it is not able to overcome her armor class. And this wolf comes around and again is unable to overcome her armor as it attempts to bite, and she holds them both off bravely. And that is it. Back to the top of the order is Rory.
All right, I'm still going for that large bee.
Okay.
29.
That's good enough to hit it.
15 points of damage.
Okay, so the big bee, you see the red fade from its eyes as it just collapses to the ground.
All right.
It's kind of like leaning on pin.
covering her. Is this bee that's like on the horse's butt within range of me if I move?
Yes.
Oh, that's right, because it stung me. Stupid trick. Yeah, I'm just gonna stay here then.
Okay. Next is Mike.
Okay. I'm not on mute. Fantastic. I am going to disengage. And I'm going to move this way. And I'm going to shoot a chromatic orb at Scooby-Doo.
Poor Scooby. But okay, go ahead.
D20 plus 5. Does an 18 hit?
It does.
We're still going with acid, and it takes 6 points of acid.
Sure. You hit it. You hear whelping from the wolf, and the smell of acid burning dog hair. Next is Linda, and followed by Tali.
All right, so I'm rolling a Constitution save. Is that what you
are.
were?
Yes.
All right, 17.
That's a good roll. It's a very good roll. Good job. That's the end of your turn.
Okay.
Talia, you're up.
Okay. I guess I'll hit one of the dogs. Or not.
Okay.
Assuming 8 doesn't hit.
It does not. So you swing at one of the dogs, and it deftly gets out of the way. Are you going to take any other action? Use your action surge?
I only have one action, so I'm good.
You do,
As a bonus, that you dual wield.
Please
right?
don't tell me how to play my tune.
Cool. Stopping.
So, all right. Next is Odavira, who I'm keeping grabbing other people. I shouldn't do that. She casts a healing spell on Pin, and you, Pin, you wake up.
Woohoo!
With 4 hit points.
4 hit points. Got it.
You're still prone, but
Okay.
you're not unconscious, so we'll take
Yay.
it.
Feeling a little better now.
Yeah.
Not dead yet.
And next are the critters. So, the 2 wolves will attack at Talia. And the first one kind of off in the woods, will miss. The second one does hit. And you take 9 points of damage as it bites into your arm. And then the bees. So let's see here. So 3 bees are attacking Rory. What's your armor class there, Rory?
15.
Okay. So the let's see here. You take 4 points of damage. Could I have a Constitution save?
You said 4?
Yep, 4.
Okay. 14.
Okay. So and then you take 1 point of damage, of additional damage from the poison as it kind of stings you. The other 2 kind of bat ineffectively against your leather armor and are not able to do anything. Next is the Scooby-Doo wolf, who takes a bite at Odivira and does not hit her. And Preston, what's your armor class?
My base armor class is 11.
Okay, so this one comes in between you and Odivira and hits and does hit you, or would hit you.
I don't know what the die roll is, but as a reaction, I'm gonna make my armor class 16.
Okay, and you put up a shield just in time and knock the bee away.
Okay.
And so that is all of the critters. Now we go back to the top of the order, and that is Rory.
Okie dokie. I guess I will shoot at the wolf that is to the right of Talia.
Okay.
29.
Yep.
Where together? 8 points of damage.
Okay. And anything else?
Nope. I don't want to get 4 opportunities of attack on me, so I'm just gonna stay here.
Okay. Next is Mike, and then Linda. You're on deck.
Okay. I have cast 3 first level spells. It's gonna be my 4th and my last one for the day. I'm assuming the dog moved and attacked me. Did the dog move? I only ask because I'm here.
Yep.
So where did the dog go?
The dog is still up on the wagon.
The dog is still
Okay.
up on the wagon.
Okay. I am going to disengage.
Okay.
I have to go into the woods a little bit so I don't cast in front of a bee.
You can do that.
And I'm gonna shoot one more chromatic orb at the dog and hope that it counts.
Okay, so disengage is an action.
I thought it was the move, like it was
No,
the type
so-
of movement.
To move, so moving.
Oh, okay.
In order to move, unless you're a rogue, if you want to disengage and move, disengage is your action.
Okay, then as a bonus action, I will use my Fey Touched feature and I will cast Misty Step and I will teleport. I apologize. So I will teleport to here.
Okay.
And because I'm teleporting, I do not provoke. So now I'm here. And now I will shoot at the doggo.
Okay.
I apologize. I'm gonna, at this point, I'm gonna use the other one. I'm gonna say that this was a 17.
Okay.
I think
Yep,
it's
that's good enough.
22. It's gonna be acid again. 16.
Okay. It hits it. Definitely. This one up here has been hit a whole bunch, so it is limping along, but not in great shape. Hold on, let me. Okay. Next is Linda. Talia,
All right.
you are on deck.
All right, I am gonna step out of the woods just enough so I can aim at the bee that is the lowest one to the right of the horse's lower flank there. And I'm gonna try to shoot it with my
Oh crap!
arrow.
I had to move the horse because I clicked it and ruined it.
All good. All good. All right, let's see if 18 to hit.
Yes, that is good enough.
Okay. Eight points of damage.
Okay, you hit it.
Okay, and then I'm going to take the hide action. I'm going to come over here and try to hide.
Sure. All right, next is Talia.
Hiding on a 15.
Talia, would
10
you
probably
like,
doesn't hit.
would you like to use your real dice? Because I feel like Roll20 hates you. Did you like send a mean letter to the Roll20?
Oh, an 800 letter Coils of What?
Did you say? Did you? I feel like you cussed it at their mom or something. Would you like to use real dice for the rest of this encounter?
I don't understand how it could be worse.
Let's. I'm gonna
One moment.
evoke the. I know they're within the room. We're gonna evoke the. Let's let Marie use real dice because I don't understand.
I know.
There it is. She's hitting the same roll button as all of us. Well, as all of you.
It's true.
Okay, so I'm going to just let you roll dice because I think that Roll20 has it out for you.
Okay. One of this is a 20.
Dice power.
Oh goodness, here we go.
17!
There we go.
Yay.
We'll take it. Oh goodness. Be careful with that webcam. We need it to live. All right, so that is good enough. That is good enough to hit the wolf. Either one of them, for that matter. I believe you. You don't need to turn the camera at every die roll. That I'm not going to be that guy.
I mean, I have a few to pick from.
Yeah, I know. I'm not gonna. Yeah, you pick whichever one you want. You can go ahead. For the rest of today,
Anyway,
Can we all take a moment to recognize and adore Marie's shiny pile of math rocks? Because that's a
Nice
very
pile of math
wonderful pile.
Dude, she has cool wooden math rocks. Well, math.
Ooh.
They're not rocks if they're made out of wood, but
those are my damage rocks. Those are in my other room though. When this stuck. All right, so it's 2. That's a 10.
okay.
Let's try. No. That was a D10. Hang on.
Oh, all right.
That's a D8. So 6 damage
Okay.
to the one I'm facing.
The one to the. Okay, cool. All right.
Okay,
So
was facing it.
it takes some damage. And next up is Odavira, who she is gonna kind of stand there, and she casts another healing spell at Pin. And Pin, you get 7 more hit points.
Woohoo! Thank you.
And now we go to the top of the order. Rory, then Mike, then Lynn.
Okey-dokey. I'm gonna pull out my short sword since I'm flanked right now.
Sure.
I'm gonna hit the bee that is on the horse's butt.
Let's see here. Okay, sure. You can do that.
10. Probably not enough.
Not good enough.
Okay. So maybe.
And so next is Mike.
All right. All out of beans. But I at least have cantrip left. I'm just going to try to keep taking out the dog
Okay.
that I've been shooting at.
The Scooby Doo one.
Yeah, Scooby Doo. Does 13 hit it?
It does not. Just
And,
close.
Close with no cigar. All right, cool. I flick my wand in exasperation and end my turn.
Okay, next is Linda. And then Talia is on deck.
Okay. Let's see. So I'm going to step out. That guy is dead, so that doesn't do anything concerning. And all right, we still got that poor guy, the poor wolf that's in the wagon that's gotten
He's
beat
there.
up. That
He's been beat
he's
up.
still
Yes.
there. He's still pretty bad. I'm going to try to add to the torment of the poor thing and take him out. I'm going to try to shoot at that. Ooh.
And
I missed.
Arrow goes right into the side of the wagon. Anything else?
And I'm going to, let's see. I'm just going to stay right there.
Sure. Okay.
Kind of out of the way.
Next is Talia.
Okay. Oh, spacing. Anyway.
Okay.
Either of those look worse off than.
The one that is the worse off is the one that you are now that your feet are pointing at is the one that is worse off.
$21.
That is in fact good enough to hit.
$10 damage.
That is a bunch of damage. It is clearly, like wounds are opening up on it. It is not quite bloodied, but yeah, I have a feeling it's right there. Next.
Oh, well then, use my action surge.
Sure.
And hit him with a 21 again.
Yep. That's good enough.
And 7 more damage.
Okay. It is bloodied and in rough shape. It's limping along, but still mad. Next is Odivira, who is going to kind of hold in place for now. She takes a swing at Scooby with her mace, and it deals some damage. Scooby is even more hurt than he was before. This is the last time I will refer to him as Scooby because I feel that's kind of rude. Scooby didn't do nothing. But this guy is in very rough shape. So, followed by the critters, we have 3 bees attacking Aurora. And you have a what armor class, Rory? 15?
15. Mm-hmm.
Okay, so 1 bee hits you, and then 2 bees just face first smash into your armor ineffectively. You take 3 points of damage, and then please make a Constitution save. While you do that, 2 more bees fly right at Preston. What's your?
I got a 3.
My armor class is 11.
So you take an additional 4 points of poison damage, Rory.
What was
Preston,
the original damage?
3. So total
so
of 7. Preston, the first one takes a sting at you, and somehow you block it. You're not sure how, but somehow you're able to stop it. And the second one, you're able to just kind of duck, and it knocks your top hat off your head. But somehow you survive this without getting stung. You're not sure how. Feel free to roleplay your amazement.
Whatever god Odivira worships, I am now thanking it profusely.
Yep, you Mr. Magooed all the way through that fight, to not taking damage out of that range. So the 2 wolves are now going to attack Talia. The extra wounded one takes a bite and really just doesn't have much strength left as it just kind of gums at your arm. So it connects, but it really doesn't have much muscle left. And the other one, again, tries to, kind of push you over, really, with just coming at you with both paws. You are able to withstand the attack. And this guy just kind of is going to jump off the edge of the wagon. That does provoke an attack of opportunity from Odavira, which I will do, and then it is coming after Pin. Odavira swings at it and hits it and deals some damage. It is in very, very rough shape. And now we go to the top of the order. Rory, what are you doing?
All right, I'm going to smack at the bee to my south again.
Sure.
16.
And at this point, by the way, the horses have just kind of... I haven't moved them, but the horses have kind of, gotten away a little bit. They're just... They didn't run away. These are good horses, but they are not in the way of dealing with what's happening here. Largely because this Dungeon Master doesn't want to deal with that nonsense. So they are good horses. So yeah, you swing for a 16 that is good enough to hit the bee.
Okay. So... Oops, that's the wrong button. I'm sorry.
You didn't do that much.
Nope. 7 points of damage.
Okay. And this is the one to the south of you.
Yeah, that's under my name.
Okay, so that one kind of sputters and collapses to the ground. Anything else?
Yeah, I'm gonna try to move and just deal with the attacks of opportunity.
Okay.
I'm gonna move here.
Okay, so 2 attacks. And one of the bees misses you, and the other one also misses you as they kind of try and swing at you, or try and sting at you, as it were.
Cool, that's it.
Okay. Talia, that like super high pitched like voice that you've heard but not understood.
Mm-hmm.
You hear. So it's been continuing. No one else has heard it. It kind of comes to an abrupt end, and you hear one word that actually makes sense to you, that clearly is in the same tone, and you just hear a really high pitched "darn it all," and then the voice stops. As at the same time as that, or kind of following that, and at this point in the initiative order, which is as we get to Mike, all of you notice that the red color in the creature's eyes has visibly faded. May I have insight checks from all of you?
Insight of 18 from Preston.
6. Not very insightful.
5.
We're not very insightful.
I know nothing of bugs.
24.
Okay, so the insightful one. And it makes sense, too, because Talia's, like, right in the face of these two wolves.
That is true.
So this actually kind of works, and same with Preston, actually. Like, they have things, like, right in their face. These, like, it was an aggressive death march up until this point, right? Like, these critters were ready to fight you until they died. Now, they look like regular old critters. And it almost seems like they just kind of woke up from a nap. Like, you can't, obviously they didn't, but you get a sense that this is kind of, they're not intelligent, but you get the sense that this is, especially the two wolves that are like right in your face, Marie, like, you get the sense that this is, they just began to perceive reality. And kind of all of them stop being as aggressive as they were. They're still, angry bees, but they're, everything seems a little bit different. And Marie, you do not hear that voice in the background anymore. Mike,
Okay.
it is your turn.
I am in melee with a bunch of bees, and I can't leave without provoking. So is there a dodge action?
There
Because
is,
that's
in
the only
fact.
thing I can do.
You can take the dodge action, literally.
I would like to take the dodge action.
Sure. Okay. Done. Linda, what are you gonna do?
I'm going to draw my rapier and swing at the wolf that's right in front of me.
Sure.
Try to get him to go away.
Sure.
Let's see. 15 to hit.
That is good enough to hit.
All right. Three. 9 points of damage.
Sure. So you swing and kind of poke at it with the rapier, and you hear like the wolf like kind of howl in pain and kind of recoil from you. Are you going to take any other actions?
Can I withdraw and like go into the woods?
Yeah.
And try to.
Move. Yeah, you can
I'm
move.
totally all right. So I'm gonna take that roguey action and withdraw.
Sure. Okay, so you're gonna
Disengage.
use you're gonna use the okay,
Disengage.
you're gonna disengage.
Yep.
So you do that. Next is Talia.
I'm going to try to use animal handling
Yeah, yeah,
to kind of shoo them away.
sure.
Nice.
So that is wisdom. Are you trained in that? You're trained in that, right?
Yep.
Yeah. So that is not just wisdom. That's whatever your proficiency, all that stuff.
So 16.
That's good enough. Listen, so you kind of give them like are you doing an aggressive shoosh, or are you like how are you going to try and get him to go away?
I would yeah, I'm gonna use this visual. In Babe, the sheep dude,
Oh yeah.
kind of his like, yeah. I mean, I'm not gonna sing Blue Moon at them like the mice did. I mean, I could.
I'm disappointed. No, I get it. Yeah, you give them a shoe, and you get a sense that it worked. Like they can't move because it's not their turn, but they are they kind of flinch back as opposed to lean forward to bite, if that makes sense.
Okay.
That was a good roll. You get a feeling like that was probably helpful. Next is Odavira, who is literally, she just is going to take a step over towards the back corner of the wagon and just kind of, cower is not the right word, take a strategic position away from the bad guys. So she sits, next are the critters, and the wolf that was facing Pin pieces out. I am out. These guys are gonna move off into the woods. Talia, they both are gonna piece out. You get attacks of opportunity if you get an attack of opportunity if you would like to.
No.
They are out. That's about as far as they can go because of the woods. You can still see them, but they are clearly leaving. There is the matter of the bees. So the bees are attacking. They are going to continue the attack on Preston, but he's taking the dodge action, so they attack with disadvantage. And the first one misses. And the second one misses. You're basically like kind of holding your cloak up, kind of like doing this thing, and it works.
Yeah.
Because at the end of the day, they're big bees, but they're just, they're bees.
I can't fight them, so I'm just shooing them away with my cloak and just like, no.
Yeah. And these guys are still irritated at Aurora, so they come after Aurora.
Leave me alone.
I mean, to be fair, you shot the big one.
I
All chose violence.
The bees are like rude. Okay, so the first one hits you, and you take 5 points of damage. Could you please make a Constitution save? And while you do
19.
that, the second one will attack you. Oh, you succeed. And then the second one is unsuccessful as it kind of as it flies a little too fast and crashes right into your breastplate of your leather armor, and isn't able to sting you. But you do get like a watermelon to the chest, kind of.
Okay.
It's not fun, but at least it's not a sting. We go to the top of the order, and
It's
now
me.
it is you, followed by Mike, and then Linda, and then Tom.
All right. Well, which one stung me? The left one or the one directly under me?
This one.
Okay.
The one I'm kind of wiggling back and forth.
Yeah.
I don't
Okay.
know why
So,
I can't. I used to be able to do the little circle thing. Anyway, so you stab at that one. Cool.
yep. 19 to hit
Okay.
with 13 points of damage.
Okay. And that one is bloodied, or whatever bees do. I don't know.
Damaged. He's
Ickered.
damaged.
What'd you say? What'd you say?
Honeyed.
Marie?
Honeyed.
Oh, it's honeyed. Sure, we'll go with it. It's honeyed.
I am not going to move because ow.
Sure, Mike. What are you doing?
Dodging and flailing wildly.
Sounds about right.
That tracks.
And
That
with,
tracks for
with
you.
sprinkling a little bit of "Help me, please."
Bees.
Wait.
You
Within
covered in
context,
bees? What?
May I please? I'm covered in bees. Okay.
Okay.
I'm done.
All right. You are in fact covered in bees. Okay. Next up is Linda, and then Talia.
Okay. Can I, and I'm in the woods, can I just take a diagonal step and
Yeah.
swing at the bees directly in front of me with my rapier?
You can, in fact.
All
yes.
right. Excellent. Just making sure. All right. So that would be 14 to hit.
And that is good enough.
All right. Excellent. 6 points of damage.
Okay. This one kind of sputters to the ground.
Woohoo.
And next is Talia.
Are any of them still close?
Which one?
I don't know which ones are dead. They've got the little skulls. I see it. Okay.
I mean, at this point, I can probably delete them. Would you guys rather I delete the ones that are dead? I can do that real fast.
Yeah.
Yes, please.
Sorry, I'm
Please.
assuming the ones
no.
that Preston was saying help him covered in bees with is.
Yeah, those ones are alive. I'm just gonna move them in case you want to search them later.
Okay.
So the ones that are like neatly stacked up, that's me.
We're just making a death pile. It's fine.
Making a death pile.
Everything's fine.
Okay. If that helps, please, I will move them away moving forward. Okay.
All right, so that's a 7. So
Okay, so for the first time, your real life dice they let you down. I mean, it was bound to happen eventually, but they came in for the rescue. Next is Odavira, who is going to hop off the wagon and come around and get behind Talia to heal you in case.
oh, you've gotten so far. Sorry.
That's okay. Next up is Rory.
All right. I'm going to poke at the one that's in front of me.
Okay.
14.
Okay, and that is good enough.
$11 points of damage.
Sure. He gets hit, and it is in pain. A lot. It's honeyed.
Yeah, me too, bro.
Yeah, well, it'd be like that. It's honeyed, as it were. That's the new term, when the bees are at half. It's honeyed.
That's it. I'm not moving.
Okay, next is Mike. Are you going to do anything other than take the dodge action and say you're covered in bees until the end of the combat?
That feels like a really appropriate action for someone who doesn't want to get provoke an attack of opportunity.
All right, so he takes the dodge action. Next is Linda.
All right. Well, I'm going to try to attack the bee that is to my diagonal to my right. Should I take that one out? Let's see.
Yes, you can. Mhm.
All right, excellent. 21 to hit.
That's good enough. Well done.
That'll do. Woohoo. All right. And that
That'll
is
do,
going
Pin.
to be
That'll do.
9 points of damage.
I regret nothing.
It
No.
is,
Choices were made.
so it was already honeyed, but now it is.
Or
I don't know
honey.
if there's extra honeyed, but like it'd just be extra honeyed. Does it be like that sometimes? Next is Talia.
I will. Oh, I will stop putting my dice aside. This one's got big energy. 19.
That is good enough to hit.
What the hell is my modifier? 10 points.
It's good enough. It is honeyed
Nice.
by a good margin. Next is Odavira, who is going to kind of squeeze around and swing her mace at it and not hit. She's having a rough night. Which makes sense. She's only half there.
It's true.
She's just not, she's just only half paying attention. Next up is the critters. We have a bee swinging at Rory, and nothing happens. And then this bee is going to come right at Talia. It's just going to not pay attention to the man behind the cape anymore, and have no effect. And this one is going to come at Preston and attack him. And he is attacking with disadvantage, and you are able to whack it away with your cloak. It's just a mad bee. Now we go to the top of the order, Rory.
All right, poking it again.
All right,
26.
that's good enough to hit.
8 points.
Okay. And this one, why is it not doing the thing? Okay, here it is. This one collapses to the ground as it is added to the well-organized kill pile, which Truffles is in for some reason.
He faded. That's why.
Yeah, well, I mean, it's just funny that he's stacked up like cordwood with the bad guys. And so, are you going to make any moves or anything like that?
Mainly just to put my hands on my thighs and just be like, oh my god.
Okay. I'll allow that.
You just collapse together.
Yeah.
Next up is Mike. I mean, it ain't over yet. Talia
They're not in my face.
Talia is in grave danger.
I'm going to be brave and attempt to end this fight quickly. I'll produce I'll grab one of my trick wands that happens to be a knife, and I will stab at a bee.
What? I didn't even know you
From
could do
hell-
that. Okay, so
from
you stab
heck-
at a bee. All right, do it.
From Hex Art, I stab at bee.
All right, roll your roll. It's
D20 plus 3. No.
well, you tried. You gave it a poke. Okay. Next is Linda, and then Talia is on deck.
All right. Let's see. Oh, I can get over to it. All right. I'm going to move over to these bothersome bees, and I'm going to swing at the one straight in front of me with my and try to get it to knock this stuff off.
Sneak attack bee.
Okay, 17 to hit.
Yes, and you do in fact get sneak attack damage by nature of the fact that you are flanking it with another.
Okay, so does that
So it's just an
just
extra.
remind me-
2d6.
an extra
Add
d6?
2d6 damage.
Okay,
2d6.
so my normal damage was 4, so now I'll add just a straight up d6.
2 of them.
2.
2 of them. All right.
Where is
So
my
the first.
camera? It is there.
Oh, gotcha. Sorry, I'm not processing words and numbers. So a total of 14 points of damage.
And which one did you hit? The one straight ahead of you or the one in
One
the middle?
straight, the one directly ahead of me.
Okay, so that one is honeyed. Talia, you're up.
Okay. All right. I'm gonna go with the one I've been hitting.
I think that's reasonable. Or beasonable.
So that's a 7, and then I'm gonna try precision attack because that didn't work. 14.
It's good enough to hit. You get in there.
Right. So that's 8 damage.
Okay, and the one in front of you, you really get in there, you stab it, and it just kind of falls apart in 2 pieces. And it gets added to the pile of dead things.
Beautiful.
Anything else? Maria, you're gonna take a move, or do you have any other shenanigans?
I don't have extra.
Okay.
I can only do, nope.
Okay. Next is Odavira, who is going to back up. Actually, she's going to step back here, and she's going to heal Pin. Where'd my D8? Pin, you get
Yes.
6 points of healing back.
Woohoo.
And now we go to the top of the order. Rory, then Mike, Linda, and then Talia.
Okay. And I will move up and attempt to stab it. Nope, for 10. Nope. I'm still
You missed.
hands on knees.
Yeah, you're a little. You've been stung a whole lot. You
Yeah.
get to find out. Is Rory allergic to bees? I wonder. That would be bad.
Oh no.
I don't know. We would have known by now if you were. I'm not playing that
True.
game. Does Talia have an EpiPen? Maybe.
She didn't die.
All right. Next is Mike.
I violently and hopelessly thrash with my dagger, and violently miss.
Yeah, you don't quite hit yourself like in a way that hurts, but like you definitely like stab, and like the blade does come in contact with your leg. Like it should have cut you, but you're so crappy you can't even cut yourself. You just Linda.
All right, I'm going for the one in front of me again.
Okay. This 1B is like, what did I do?
I'm not having 9 to hit.
Nothing.
Not swing and a miss.
Talia, bring us home.
All right.
Or try to.
Oh, 19 probably hits.
That is good enough to hit.
10
Okay.
damage.
So,
Oh wait, actually,
is it more than that or less than that? Because 10 was good enough to kill it.
oh, then I'm good.
So
I don't need to add anything.
you step forward triumphantly, and your blade just cleaves it head to tail or whatever, stinger, right down the middle, and it just collapses. And with that, the sound of the animals and the sound of combat fades as all of you kind of look around at each other, hands on knees, breathing heavy, sweating, stung to all get out. But you did survive.
Whew.
I collect my top hat.
Yep. Rory's gonna just sit on the ground, breathing heavily, and just look at her best friend and be like, "Bessie, little help."
And Odavira does kind of go around.
Does it heal?
We will, she distributes some healing with folks. And is anyone gonna do anything else?
I'm
gonna
gonna
go
search the dead bodies.
I was gonna say I'm going over the dead bugs to do some searching.
Sure.
I'm
So,
checking the wagon wheel that the beetle bit.
I'm also gonna heal myself 10 points and be fine.
Yep. You sure? You do that. The yay second wind. Okay, so you look at the bodies. You don't find anything particular. So, well, first off, how are you gonna search the bugs? Are you searching like the outside of them? Are you?
Oh, I don't dive into
dissecting
corpses.
bugs?
Oh goodness, no! I'm
Hell
putting
no.
on gloves and I'm like moving them to see what I can see, but I'm not
Okay.
opening anything up.
I am nobility.
Listen, I'm just
Do
asking.
that?
I'm just asking.
Oh,
Okay, so here's one thing you notice while you're looking at the bigger bee. You know that like string thing that you found with the crabs that was like
Yeah.
buried
Another
under
one?
sand? This one is the same. Like the string looks exactly the same, but it's a little smaller, and it was tied like around its neck and then like wrapped around its bug body underneath the wings. So it was just kind of controlling the, it was kind of wrapped around the whole thing and secured, but not tightly enough that it hurt it, like it was just like not to choke it, but it was just
like when you
tightly-
tie a
like a-
balloon to a toddler's wrist.
Yeah, it was like that kind. Yeah, exactly, like that. Like clearly it was tied on, but not in a like torturous way. And you definitely see that on the biggest bee. It has a string kind of wrapped all the way around it.
Okay, that's concerning. And we're 2 days or so out of, at least a couple days
You're
out of
about
town.
a day and a half, and a chunk.
Okay.
You
Yep.
know that within a couple of hours you should be at Halton, because you've been traveling for most of today, so you're not super close to Wavecrest.
How's the wheel of the wagon look?
It is fine. One more bite from one of those beetles probably would have destroyed it. Maybe you might want to have somebody look at it or mend it when you get to town, but it should be fine as long as it doesn't get bit again.
We could ask Odavira very nicely to cast a mending spell.
I don't have her character sheet, so I don't know if she has the mending spell. I think she does. Does she have the mending spell?
I think she does because we talked about it last time.
Okay, so she mends it.
Yeah.
Great.
Yeah.
Cool.
Also, while Rory had sat down and was just like, Bestie, a little help, she's going to put her hand on her chest and cast Cure Wounds on herself for 7 points of healing.
Sure.
Because
Sounds great.
your girl was looking real rough.
And she is fretting over all of you, as you imagine she would. She's walking between everybody. I would be actually giving you numbers or whatever, but like you could probably read between the lines. Okay, so as far as like actual treasure, the bug that was cleaved in twain from head to tail, inside it, is like inside the ichor that landed on the ground. You saw what looked like a little nugget of like yellowish stone.
Similar to the blue stone from the water elemental?
No.
Okay.
Good question though.
Is it amber?
Yeah, it looks like that. And it's being that these are the size of watermelon. These bees are the size of watermelons. This one is, it's like a couple inches wide. And, it's kind of vaguely arrowhead shaped, teardrop shaped, that kind of thing. But not like it was made to look like that. It's just whatever.
It's just what it looks like.
Sure. Anything else?
I advise that we make haste for Halden.
Yes.
Yeah.
All right, Steve, just to be clear, when I find that string around the bigger bee, I'm going to carefully put it in my pouch
Sure.
to take to hopefully someone that can do something with it and hold in.
Sounds good to me.
When we get to town, I'm going to need to shop for some spell components so that I can have truffles returned to us.
All right,
Are you gonna take off?
Yeah,
Yeah.
and we need to get together and
Sure.
We need to make haste.
As you round the bend of the dirt road, the quaint village of Halden, after like an hour of traveling, as you round the bend, it sounds like the town was right there. You travel for another hour. As you round the bend of the dirt road, the quaint village of Halden reveals itself to you. Nestled between towering and verdant trees, its wooden buildings are weathered but well loved, and they rise from the fertile land like children from a mother's embrace. A scattering of thin trails of smoke drift lazily skywards from the chimneys, carrying with them the comforting scent of wood fire and roasting meat. Tidy fields of lush crops spread out around the village. A patchwork quilt of greens, yellows, and browns that sway gently in the warm breeze. You hear the distant lowing of cattle, clucking of hens, the laughter of children, each a note in the serene symphony of village life. In the village center, you arrive to find a charming square that is bustling with life. A modest well sits at its heart, with villagers congregating around it, finishing their daily tasks. Tucked away beneath the shade of a towering oak tree, you spot a cozy inn with a welcoming sign depicting a grinning sheep. The Woolly Haven is its name. From its front door, you smell really good smelling food that makes all of you extra hungry. Not like magically, but it's like definitely dinner time. It's that kind of smell. I'm not that guy. As you step into the village, leaving the dust of the road behind, you feel a sense of peace wash over you. The simple, quiet charm of Halden is a soothing balm to your travel-weary souls. It's a world away from Wavecrest, and it is a welcome haven to rest and resupply before continuing your journey. And we will find out more about it in 2 weeks as we continue our journey to Blackwater. I would like to congratulate you for surviving that very harrowing encounter, and I will reward you with a level. So all of you may level.
Ooh.
The best treasure.
HP.
Yes. You're all going to be... so I'm taking control of your characters and having you eat dinner and sleep in the inn safely. So all of you will come back in 2 weeks. You'll wake up in the morning at the inn, and you will have taken a long rest, and all of you will have leveled. If anybody has questions about what that means, you talk to me. Because we talk.
Can we hand wave? Can we hand wave the ritual casting of summoning truffles?
Yeah, why not?
Okay, cool.
It's truffles. We don't want to make it harder to summon truffles. He's like the mascot.
Fantastic.
If you have questions about how to level, what to do, I think all of you talk to me almost every day. So
Pretty much.
I've never spoken to you before in my life.
Man,
Who are you?
How'd you get into this campaign? You just like snuck in.
Where am I?
So everybody, thank you very much for everybody who is watching. This was a harrowing adventure. But we will be back next week for another episode of the Engaged Family Gaming Podcast, and we'll be back here for 2 weeks for another episode of Coils of Destiny, as we have episode 9, and they have adventures or misadventures in the town of Halden. Who knows what weirdness will happen in this peaceful little village? Or maybe they'll just hang out and eat food for 2 hours. We don't know.
It is us.
That sounds great. So,
That does sound great.
You have yourself a great night. We'll be back soon. And until next time, don't forget to get your family game on. We'll see y'all soon. Bye.
Bye.
Bye.